bucket. He denies any thought of a comeback.
And here's Butler outside, sinks the tray.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this is win number 60 for the year. A huge milestone for them and a testament to the effort and energy these guys bring every night.
Only a two-game series and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for the great.
And no doubt, he was the most impactful player for their offense tonight.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And I don't think that's the shot they wanted him to take right now.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, out of my way.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Outside Podziemski. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything
MP, I'm almost speechless. You just outplayed a top MVP candidate.
Yeah, you like that, huh? Well, that's a tribute to Larry Legend.
Ryan, back to you.
As always, thank you, Jim.
My favorite is to visit Canada. It's international, but flights are reasonable, and it's beautiful in so many reasons.
Oh, Canada.
So, here we are. Last game in our MVP series.
How?
They're all important. But voters remember the last thing they saw. So you want to dominate the late season matchups.
You expecting to dominate tonight?
Always. You can't do anything without the confidence to know it's possible first.
That's good advice, kids. Listen up.
And it's not just for kids, though. A lot of grown people need that advice, too. Maybe we should start an advice podcast.
I think we should leave that to the professionals.
Bro, I am a professional. A professional winner. Come on, Xander. And in my professional opinion, y'all should like and subscribe to all my social channels. You never know what you'll see next.
What's up, MP? Here in the final days of the NBA regular season, Greg, every team trying to wrap things up on a high note.
Yeah, and even the top teams doing what they can to head into the postseason with some momentum. Right? While lottery teams want to finish strong and have something to build off of.
Now, let's go courtside for a report on MP's history-making season.
Thanks, guys. Well, he has set a mark that should raise some eyebrows. The most 40-point games within a season in NBA history. He's filling it up and burying the opposition on a nightly basis. Guys?
He is a tough guy to stop. Thanks. All right, a special report now from the sideline to hear about this incredible season MP is in the midst of.
He just had an all-time moment breaking Wilt Chamberlain's single-season points record. Him and Wilt are still the only players in NBA history with over 4,000 points in a year. He told me he hopes to add to this record tonight. I'm betting he will, guys.
Yeah, he could add a lot to it. Thanks. A look at the Bulls starting lineup. Right on the wing along with Okoro. Then it's Kareem. And it's Vucevic. And it's Asenge in at the power forward. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
And here is Fox, following the three from Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for him that time.
White finds Abdul-Jabbar, and the Bulls another three.
And he's not going to miss that. That sort of an opportunity from deep.
Johnson outside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Wembanyama. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Coming in on a 19-game win streak. They're set to achieve something very few teams have ever done. A win tonight would be their 20th win in a row.
Well, of all the ways to establish yourself as a powerhouse, this may be the best way to do it, by going on a phenomenal streak and looking practically unbeatable. One thing you can tell right now, they are playing with swagger, a sort of poise that they're backing up with execution. Not easy to do.
Here's Asenge following the bucket by the Spurs. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Wembanyama, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Here's Fox, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
Abdul-Jabbar passes to Vucevic. Vucevic setting the pick for Abdul-Jabbar. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Spurs trail by 8. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And Chicago also making a switch. Josh Giddey's checked in for Okoro. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Castle. Here's Champagnie. Back to Castle. Over Abdul-Jabbar. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Vucevic, a screen on Castle. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Well, he's as steady as they come at the big man position. Vucevic is someone you can count on to help you shoulder some of the offensive load.
That one, no good. White with the defensive effort. Left side, Abdul-Jabbar. Back to White. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. To the middle. Here's Asenge. Good, and Abdul-Jabbar gets the assist. Abdul-Jabbar's got 4 assists now tonight. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs, trailing by 13. We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Castle. Pocket 6. San Antonio again missing. Abdul-Jabbar for 3. Oh my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts this one out.
What poise, what focus. That's an impressive shot.
And so it's Chicago in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Well, you know I'm going to give this coaching staff some credit. What a great game plan they've had. Let's see if this can continue.
They've got Luke Cornett, Evan Vassell out there with Jeremy Sohan. And it's Fox. And it's Castellan at the point. So that's who San Antonio starts the second one.
Well, he just came flying in. Vassell making sure it goes down.
And it's the Bulls with the ball, following the bucket by the Spurs. And it's good for two. Collins has got his second basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Pass to Cornett. Now here's Vassell. Takes it off the glass.
A strong play by Vassell inside. Getting him a look this close is almost a sure bucket.
And Mitch Johnson, Stan, now taking over full-time as head coach of the Spurs.
Well, look, Mitch Johnson's the son of an NBA player and a high-level point guard in college. He knows how to run a team and favors that pacing space style.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Chicago making some changes. Okoro's checked in for Dosunmu. Kobe White comes in for Josh Giddey. And Abdul-Jabbar subbed in for Trey Jones. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Abdul-Jabbar for three. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Well, guys, the great in the last outing against the Grizzlies delivered quite a performance. He picked up 54 points, and as always, a lot of those points came in bunches of three. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Wembanyama comes in for Luke Cornett, and it's Harper in for Castle.
Right through his man, Smith, bullying his way for two.
They double-team Wembanyama. Out to the right wing. Harper wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Chicago leading by 21. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. 20 points for the great. And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch him.
Didn't know he had that in him. Jalen Smith showing out.
Wembanyama outside. A pass to Fox. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Johnson comes in for Devin Vassell. The Spurs have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Three-pointer, Fox.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And that one's good by Abdul-Jabbar.
Three-pointer are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
It's Wembanyama, top of the key. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Bulls moving the ball around. Over to the wing. Back to Abdul-Jabbar. And the Bulls, another three.
And wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wembanyama passes to Fox. Shot clock at 5 from past the arc. Barnes can't get it to go. Chicago's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their efforts.
The Spurs making a switch here. Castle's checked in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
There's 37 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Asenge. Good, and Abdul-Jabbar gets the assist. Abdul-Jabbar's got his 8th assist in the game. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Pass to Barnes. This one for 3. Connects from three-point range. Barnes has got 5 now.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw up plays for him.
Back to Abdul-Jabbar. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Bulls on top, opening up a huge gap. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome, everybody. And as we start to work our way through the season, a sneak peek at the Rookie of the Year race. And swerving off topic for a moment, since this is the halftime show, I was just wondering, what was halftime like in the locker room back when you guys were playing?
I would never be checking my stats and figure out if I'm close to a double-double or not. That's something I would never do.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out if he's close to the double-double. He didn't know if it was rebounds and points early or a cheeseburger.
I'm talking about the cheeseburger. What are you talking about, Kitty?
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the San Antonio Spurs.
This is the worst kind of basketball. No flow to the offense, just jacking up shots.
So what's with this game plan? I mean, what are they trying to accomplish out there?
If it's getting an earful from the coach, I'd say mission accomplished. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback. One side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. White on the wing along with Okoro. And it's Vucevic, then it's Kareem, and it's Asenge in at the 4 slot.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. The wide open look here for Fox. The three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Pass to Asenge. Abdul-Jabbar outside. And Asenge gets it to go. Asenge's got 10 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. A model of consistency, Stan, for many years, Vucevic.
Yeah, look, Vucevic has been scoring, rebounding, and passing at a high level really since he's come into this league. One of the most skilled big men in the league and sort of a model for the next guys that have come around.
Here's Wembanyama. From the line, and that one comes up a bit short.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Puts up a deep 3. Abdul-Jabbar for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Abdul-Jabbar's got 31.
Well, they came out of the locker room with a purpose. 4 for 4 already in the half.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
He just pops up and puts it in. Wembanyama really is that tall.
Abdul-Jabbar passes to White. Fires the 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Fox, no good.
Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offensively.
Outside, Abdul-Jabbar takes a 3. Barnes grabs the miss. For San Antonio, they've gone only 1. At 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
At the elbow, it's Abdul-Jabbar. Shoots over Fox. Again, Chicago.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Over in the corner, Barnes. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Barnes has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, how about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
Pass to Vucevic. Abdul-Jabbar for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Abdul-Jabbar's got 39.
And they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their... Last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
There is no stopping that. Wembanyama with the forceful finish.
White the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. In the corner, Okoro with it. For 3. Abdul-Jabbar can't get it to go. Here's Harper. Johnson outside. Okoro with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And good that time. Abdul-Jabbar's got 41.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And Fox gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside, White. Out left to the wing. Abdul-Jabbar for three. Sinks the three-pointer. Abdul-Jabbar's got 44.
And they have been relentless from deep, and you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And as we San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Harrison Barnes comes in for Sohan. Johnson's checked in for Devin Vassell. And it's Harper in for Castle. And the Bulls making a change also. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in. Three-pointer, Fox. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Fox is out there with Harper. And it's Wembanyama in at center. That's the San Antonio 5.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Fox against Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Fox. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got his third assist on the night. And here's Abdul-Jabbar. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Yep, that one goes in there. Abdul-Jabbar's got 46 points.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback. Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
Lets it go from deep. And again for three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Outside, Fox. Another miss by Fox.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And this has been a beautiful thing to watch. This team all season long with a remarkable journey, including tonight. They'll have now won 70 on the year.
A two-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the great.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him. Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Wembanyama. over Collins. Collins grabs the miss.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Smith finds Abdul-Jabbar. And again, 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game.
You said in your pregame video that you wanted to dominate in this.
Of course I'm happy with how I played, but
back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dominic, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll see you later.
This is it, gentlemen. This is the playoffs. We worked our tails off to get here, and we'll keep working till the job is done. Because we're a pack of wild dogs, and we won't let anything get in our way. Now, there are some people outside this locker room who think we can't hack it. Some people who think we're frauds. There was even a reporter who had the nerve to say that our rookie phenom over here is going to be the biggest choke in the league. But we're going to prove those people wrong when we hoist up that Larry O'Brien trophy.
About that article.
Oh, you mean the one by Roseanne Cohn?
Benny the Bull has been busy. He's been modeling for our upcoming basketball giveaway. Come to the arena for the next Bulls home game and take home unlimited edition basketball with our very own Benny. Don't miss your chance. Let's hear it for the NBA MVP.
The playoffs have arrived, and a young duo looks to make a new splash. The Bulls enter the postseason with the best record in the conference, but now the stakes are higher. Will their dominance be tested as they go up against the Hornets? Round 1, Game 1, the NBA playoffs, coming up next.
It's time to kick off the postseason, round one, game one of the Eastern Conference playoffs. And you can just feel the energy here tonight. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Knipple and Miller on the wings. Miles Bridges is out there with Goga Bitadze. And it's Ball in at the 1. And for the Bulls, Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Kevin Huerter. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the point. You look at the Bulls. On paper, this looks like a slam dunk. No pun intended. But game ones can be tricky.
Yeah, especially at the start where teams are feeling each other out. But the energy of the crowd and the way they've played all year, it's hard to imagine them dropping this one.
Well, a bold statement put out there in the press before the game. A well-known pundit claiming MP would not be able to handle the pressure in the playoffs.
Well, so much of what talking heads do on TV is generate clicks or conversation. This bit from Roseanne Conway seems like more of the same. If you've watched MP this year, you should know that he's going to have no problem finding his way here at the playoffs.
Let's send it over to Allie for a report on MP.
I spoke with MP about the significance of winning 74 games this year. He said the regular season is a tune-up for the postseason. Then in the playoffs, you have to have guys who can take their games up a notch, maybe 2 notches. That's where the real work happens. He doesn't care much about the current state. He's looking ahead to greater things. Guys, back over to you.
It's true that everything changes once the playoffs start.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
Chicago with the ball. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Three-pointer. Abdul-Jabbar's shot is good. Abdul-Jabbar's got 5 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Ball outside. Launches a 3, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Matching threes. Ball got those points back in a hurry.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Another 3 for Chicago. After the massive regular season he had, it's easy to see why there was so much hype surrounding MP heading into the playoffs, Grant.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure on him, too. When a player with the highest scoring average in the league gets to the postseason, the expectations are immense.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Give him 8. Inside. Pass to Buzelis. Lets it go from deep. Abdul-Jabbar misses. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They trail by 3. Miller on the wing. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Huerter. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 10.
He's one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense.
Ball passes to Bitadze. It's Bridges on the wing. Pass to Ball. Lets the 3 fly. Buzelis grabs the board.
You know he wants that one back, right in his wheelhouse.
Abdul-Jabbar passes to Huerter. Here's Abdul-Jabbar, pounded by Ball. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
Boy, clearly embracing the game with his whole heart there. Love showing up for the team and just playing the game.
Here's Abdul-Jabbar, pounded by Ball. Outside White. Knocks down the triple.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Charlotte making a change here. Charlotte going with almost an entire new group here. Plumlee's checked in for Batase. Diabate comes in for Bridges. Miller's checked in for James. And Knippel subbed in for Sexton. Pass the ball. From behind the arc. Chicago with a rebound. They've led by as much as 10.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
They've got Jalen Smith. He's out there with Zach Collins. Kevin Herter out there with Kobe White. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. 5 to shoot. Picked by Smith. The Bulls need to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Chicago. Colin Sexton's checked in for Charlotte. Hornets trail by 5.
Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
Batase's checked in for Diabate. Out to the wing. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Another 3 for Chicago.
And adding to this lead right now.
Riding a wave of momentum. Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the great in the last outing against Dallas just played phenomenal. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. Such an impressive effort. The team relied on him, and he delivered.
Allie, we appreciate the update. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Here's Sexton. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by White.
Good job hitting the glass. They're +8 in rebounding.
Hornets trail by 9. Down low. Here's Sexton. Good work defensively by White.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Vucevic, he's checked in for Collins. And the Hornets making a change here as well. Bridges is checked in.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
Ball outside. Will it go? Again, the miss by the Hornets.
He just can't find a consistent way to score, and this team could certainly use it.
Vucevic gets the bucket. Vucevic has got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, Nikola Vucevic, guys. Just goes to work when he gets an opportunity to score. I mean, he's a very, very polished offensive player.
Three-pointer, Bridges nails it from 3.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Outside White. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Pounded by Ball. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Abdul-Jabbar's got 10 points in the quarter. Here's Ball. In tight, LaMelo.
Never lacking for sizzle in his game. That was a sweet move from Ball right there.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Abdul-Jabbar passes to Herter. Launches it. Another 3 for Chicago.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And so it's Chicago, a sizable lead of 14 at the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. We'll be right back.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Hey everybody, it's halftime of game 1 and a big lead right now for the Chicago Bulls.
They're really hitting the ball. It's making a major effort. That's a big reason why they're up.
Well, as the rebounding expert on the crew, I'm giving them the O'Neal stamp of approval, which is...
Checking out the circumstances for the Chicago Bulls. I'm curious, you guys both played in a lot of playoff games. What's a game 1 like?
To me, it's the most important game of the series. A chance to come out strong, set the tone, Ernie. Like getting every...
And that's a wrap on halftime.
And time for us to get back into it here in game 1. And so it's Charlotte with it. It's a 14-point game. Here's who Charles Lee is starting in the second half. Ball is joined in the backcourt by Knipple. Miller at the 3 with Bridges at the 4. And it's Bataze in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And he jams it home with authority.
Buzelis has tremendous court vision for his age and is willing to make the extra pass.
And it's Ball off the drive. It's Ball finishing at the rim.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Abdul-Jabbar's shot is good.
Well, his scoring has helped them build and sustain this lead. Now he's trying to close it out.
Pass to Knipple. Here's Ball. No one near him. And the bucket is good. Ball's got 13 now.
Boy, making it look very easy. Ball has been unguardable tonight.
It's Herter on the wing. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.